to display contents of a file in reverse order. So we know that we already have a command called as tag, which will display the contents in reverse order. So how can we get this by by writing your while read script? So I'll start with the same thing /bin/bash.
Aditya not able to see the screen.
Is it for everyone?
No, Aditya.
No.
No, Aditya. We are at
No, Aditya.
So let's exit and log back in. So let's say this is the input. I should be getting the output as Can anyone guess on what could we use on compiling this script?
-X.
Hyphen
Set-X.
head.
Set or debugging command.
No,
Set.
that is set-x. That's so. I'm saying, can anyone guess what is the logic? What logic could we use to get this script done? That is, we
While
get an input this, and then, or else I'll give you a hint. Try it for next 10 minutes, and then if you don't get, I'll explain how to write the script. So I'll give you how we can do. I'll give you a hint and try to write the script. So let's say we have this cat text, right? So how can I get the total number of lines in a script?
can we use tag as a temp file and then while read?
No, tag you should not use. Without the using that command, we have to the reverse order. Display the content in reverse order. So what's the command to get the line numbers? Total number of
WCL.
WC-L.
WC-L. So you'll get how many lines that are there inside your script by using this command, right? WC-L. So whatever the file name that you enter inside the script, whatever the file name that you give, so you can check the total number of lines that are there in that specific file by using this WC-L command. After that, so which command can I use to print a specific line?
Sed-N.
I can use sed-n, maybe
Print
5p, and then I can use the file name. Everyone go on mute. So I'll be printing the last line here. In the next iteration, I can go for 4p. In the third iteration, I can go to third p. In the next iteration, 2p. You can see here, I've been printing the contents of the file from reverse. So this is the last line, fourth line, third line, second line, and the first line. I have been printing this in the reverse order. So we can get the nth line, that is the last line of the file by using this command, that is 5, right? And then we can keep on printing the last line and the one below that by using by reducing the number of lines. So, you can increment and decrement the number, right? So print the last line by knowing the total number of lines, and then you can keep on reducing the what number of line that you want to print. Either you can use sed, or you can also use head, let's say head hyphen 5 text, type it to tail -1. This will also work. So this is it. You can get the total number of lines that are there inside this, of a file by using this command. After knowing the total number of lines, you can start printing the lines based on the number. So if you have 5 lines in a file, so first print the 5th line, then next print the 4th line, then third, second, first. If you have 10 lines in a file, first print the 10th line, 9th, 8th, 7th, and so on. So this is not a while read. Why you don't have to use the while read. You can just use the normal while and then print. Try and do that. If not, I will explain it again.
Aditya, I'm not able to chat. It is showing you are not a member of the chat.
Send it in the WhatsApp group. We'll create a new Teams meeting starting from AWS. Then you might able to send
Okay.
it in the WhatsApp. So as I explained, so first thing is we need to get, so this is a text, this is a file name. So we are not going to use any file name here because we have to give an input through the either we can give either, yes, you can always keep a fixed file, but I'm trying to make it as a dynamic script where I could give whatever the file name that I want. I can give the file name here, and at any point in time, if you want to store the result of a command or anything to a variable, you need to use these codes. So you need to use these codes, and then while. So you need to set up a condition, right, inside the while loop. If you don't set up a condition, it would become an infinite loop. So here you need to set up a condition. Yes. $n is greater than 0. That means, let's say if you have 5 lines, so we will keep on decreasing this number, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. So when it gets to 0, then the while loop can get out of it. Then we can get out of the while loop. So while $n is greater than 0, do result equals to -n, $np So this would print, let's say, so what will happen is, so during the first iteration, the value of n equals to 5. Let's say we have only 2 lines in a file. So the value of n equals to 2 based on the wc-l will get what are the number of lines that you have. So during the first iteration, the number of lines equals to 2. So it goes into the while loop and it will check whether greater than 0. The condition is true, so it will go inside the loop. So first, the result, the value of result. So you can have any result, or this could be any variable here. So the result variable will be assigned with the value set -n $np. $np means what the command that will run is set -n $np. I'll remove the quotes. $np means $n is 2p, and then the file name here. $1 will be the file, what other file that we enter. So this will print the second line when we use the echo $result. So this will assign whatever the second line of the file, this will assign to the result. When we use the echo $result, this will print that particular line. So it prints second line. So during the second iteration, so as we have reduced the value of n by 1 here, during the second iteration, the value of n will become as 1. So it will check the condition whether 1 is greater than 0. So it is not greater than or equal, it is just greater than 0. 1 is greater than 0. So it will check, okay, the condition is true. Set -n 1p and then the file. So it will print the first line. And during the third iteration, once we decrease the n value by one more number, so it will become n equals to 0, and it will check the condition 0 is greater than 0. The condition is false, it will exit from the while loop. So when we have 2 lines, in a file. So you can see here it prints the second line, and then it prints the first line. So this way we are actually displaying the contents of a file in reverse order. So let's say if there are 5 lines, then definitely the n value will become 5. Here it would be 5p, and during the second iteration n value will be 4. Here it would be 4p, and it will display. Here it will print the 5th line. Here it would be printing 4th line, and during the third iteration n value will become 3, and it will print the 3rd line, and so on. So until the n value will become 0, the while loop will keep on executing and will be printing the lines in reverse order. So I'll copy this. Yeah, reverse.sh, and I'll paste it here.
Aditya, here $NP we written that it won't take $NP as a word.
That's what I was thinking. Try and check, because the total it will be taking as a variable here, $NP. So yeah, it's printing now. If I use it in the same dollar, so if I did not use this, definitely it will be asking for a variable by the name $NP. So cannot find label for jump to ext. So we need to differentiate between $N and then P here. So that's the reason why I'll be using this. Double quotes for $N. So this is a separate variable, and this is a separate variable. So if you want, you can also use double quotes here. So you can see if I use cat and then text, you can see this, and you can see it. So it's printing the reverse of your text. You can write the same script in one more way as well. So
Aditya, can you check WhatsApp?
So I can write the same script in one more way as well. So what I can do is the starting with this is the same. I'll be getting the total number of lines. I can go for, okay, head hyphen $N $1. So this will print me all the lines, and then I'll pipe it to tail -1. So this will print me the whatever the nth number. So I can then append it to a temporary file. Then I will decrease the value of n equals to expr $N -1. Then cat temp file, remove temp file. So what this will do is, so in each iteration, this will print whatever the that particular line. It will print that, and then it will save to a temporary file. So it will keep on appending. I'm not redirecting here because we need all the lines. So if I use the redirect, only the first line will be printing. So I'm appending because during each iteration, whatever the content that is going to be printed using this command will be added to the end of the file. So all the lines will be keep on adding to that file, this temporary file, and at the end of the day, at the end of the script, we will be printing that temporary file, and then we can remove. So I copy this, pi reverse to.sh.
Here we should use space at 1.
Reverse to.sh, and then that's a text. See, it's printing in the reverse order. So you can either do this way or that way. Both will work.
Aditya, I have one
Yeah.
question. So here,
Yeah.
when you are using the sed command, can you not echo sed -n $np and file name?
Echo
Echo that command. Is it not possible to just use echo and that command?
directly no, but you have to use something like this. Echo and then this one. And this way.
Okay. So if you are
So
using, if you want to echo like in the future
the
also, if you want
result.
to echo any command, you have to use this syntax.
Yes. If you want to echo the result of any command, any expression, then you need to use this kind. Because if you use the echo and just use the double quotes, that will just print this command, right? So if you copy this echo, it will print this one. So it will not the dollar ones and dollar two if you want to get.
Single code, I think.
This is printing, right? So if you want to get, so it'll be printing that value. So if you use the double quotes, it will print the text. So it does not care about what what is inside the double quotes. It will only print the text value. But if you want to print what is the output of a command, you need to use this syntax.
Aditya, can you please
Yes.
check the WhatsApp?
You can also use the op command, but you have to either redirect to a file, or if you have to redirect that command to a variable and print that variable.
Yeah, I have redirected to $1 the file name.
If you are redirecting to the $1, then how will that work? You have not redirected to $1. You are just using the $1 op command to print that specific line. So after the $1, you have to redirect to either a file, or you have to redirect to you have to use this syntax, or
Aditya, we are displaying the content of $1 file in a reverse order, right? I'm just printing the $1
printing
file
the.
lost line. From the lost line, I'm printing it.
Yes, sure. That should also work. So go actually SVI reverse search. You don't have to store in a variable also. You can just print. This will also work. And if you are using the awk command, that will also work. Either side, head and tail, or awk, anything will work.
Aditya, their cat $1 is also not needed, I think. WC-L $1 also work, right?
Yeah, that will also work.
Okay,
You can
thank
use WC-L. This will also work.
you. Okay, thank you, Aditya.
Anyone else? Any other doubts? So don't use any specific commands or functions. So you need to reverse the string. So whatever, let's say I'm getting the input as hello. So the output should be OLLEH. So this should be the output. So in a hint, you can use the cut command. The fifth letter of the string. So let's say you have echo hello is the word string. So you're reading that, right? So if you want to cut a specific letter here, you can always use the cut. So cut has lots of other options. I was only explaining of the column wise. So let's say if you have these 5 letters, so if you want to print only the third letter, I can use -C3. So it will print the third letter. If you want to print the second letter, it will print E. First letter H. If you want to print 1 to 3, HEL. 1 to 5, hello. So you can make use of this. So you'll know how many number of characters by using WC-C. So there are this many characters, and you know how to cut each character one by one by using this cut command. So use this both, calculate the total number of characters and then cut each characters by using this cut command and then print. So this is a hint. Try and do that as an assignment, and I'll discuss more about this. So if you're not getting it, I'll discuss about it tomorrow. Any doubts on the thing?
Aditya, the same way you told for cut, right? We have different options like -3C. Will that same work for WC command also? For printing a particular line, we can use a 4L and then print. Will that work?
WC is only for word count. It is not used for print.
No, for line. For counting particular lines.
How can you count a particular line? So that they say it will only, WC will only give you the total number of lines, the total number of characters, and total number of words.
Okay, got it.
How can you count a particular line? Any doubts on this assignment? So this is one of the real world scenario example where you might need to check whether the disk size of your server is exceeding 80% or 70%, because if you're keeping a servers and everyone is working on the servers, so if you don't keep a track of the disk percentage, then the server might get lagged out, or you might encounter any kind of issue. So generally after the server exceeds more than 70% usage, disk usage, we generally either whatever the information that is present is important, we either mount a new disk or we'll delete all the older files. So there are multiple ways on either we can vertically scale the server by increasing the disk size and all the specifications, or you can always delete the data, use this data, and then you can free up the disk usage. So what's the command to check the disk usage?
df-h.
F-H. So you can see here, so the total percentage usage of this disk is 24%. So now it's safe because there's still 76% is remaining. We can keep on working on this server for many days as we are not using much. We are just writing some scripts files which are very which use very less space. So there is no problem for us. But let's say if you want to write a script that checks the percentage usage and prints the percentage. So how can I get this call? So how can I single out this 24%? So inside this with this all this data. So if I want to get only this 24%, so how can I do that?
Awk command.
Awk F. So what's the field separator? Space. And then print
Dollar.
Hmm?
Open brace.
And
NF minus
minus
1.
1. NF minus 1.
Bracket NF minus 1.
This will give me this percentage. So next I want to get this 24%.
You can use the set.
Sed.
Head and tail command.
Head and tail outside both will work. So 3 and 6p. Still getting the 24%. Let's say if I only want to get the 24, what I can do if I want to remove the percentage?
Cut command.
Cut command.
Cut
-D. Double quote percentage.
the field separator. What is the field? Which field I want? Can I have to print here?
F1.
To getting 24, or you can also use this sed. Yes. Percentage G. So it will just remove the percentage from your string. What all that is there? It will remove the percentage with an empty string. Replace. So both are correct. Either use cut, either use set. Both will work. So with this command we can get the total usage of your disk, either 24% or 24. So I'll copy this full command. Either cut or set, anything is fine. So I'll copy here. Hash bin slash bash size equals to, I'll paste that command here. So in this size variable, so I'll be storing whatever the total disk usage that we have done in this size variable. And then I'll check, okay, if dollar size is greater than, let's say, 80, then echo the disk size. Disk size full. Echo percentage usage is dollar sign. The only reason I remove that percentage symbol is, so if I wanted to check with an if condition and with a relation operator with integer, I need to remove that percentage. So if I just wanted to print the percentage usage, I did not have to remove that percentage also. So I wanted to use the if condition and check if it is greater than 80, then give an output that percentage disk size is full and percentage usage is dollar size, and then fi. Any doubts on the script?
Aditya, we can put this script in slash, bash profile. Can we put it?
Yeah, you can always put this in bash profile, and then every time you log into the server, this will be show your percentage disk size will be showing up. If it is greater than 80, you'll get a pop-up. only if it is greater than 80. Vi sh. I'll make this as not as 80, but I'll make it as 20 because our disk size is not greater than our percentage usage is just 24%. So we will be not getting any output if I set up as 80. So I'll be using 20. So sh.
But if two disk are got more than 80,
So this is for just for one disk. So if you have multiple disks, then you have to update your script with that based on your so df-h. So if this is one, right? So in the next line you will be having /dev/xvda2. So based on that, whether you can 20 GB, 30 GB, 40 GB. So in these cases, you can always use grep xvda. So then cut what are the percentage? Then cut the your seventh or sixth, or which one you used? NF -1 you can cut, and then get the percentage of that specific drive. So here, based on the name, you just cut. So if you're mounting a specific drive, so there will be a path where you have to mount. So you can check that path, use that grep command, and then get the percentage value. So you can always use the grep command. So once you mount a new disk bed, then you'll understand how it will look on this. So there's lots of commands and other things you have to do to mount a disk, to mount a disk and then initialize that. So once you do that, so it will show up here. Then you can use grep, and based on the path, you can grep that particular line and set the usage percentage. So you can see here the disk size is full, the percentage usage is 24 because I've set it as vi disk 20. If I had set it as 80, I'll be not getting any output here. I'll be not getting any output because my percentage usage is 24. So the disk is the percentage usage now is just 24. As I said, the condition above 80, so I'll be not getting any output. Any doubts here on the script?
Here, in the if considering now, let's say we want to use the percentage also, can we not use the operators for characters and then put greater than as 80% or something?
That will not be the exact thing because it will be going to the ASCII values and other stuff. Because you need to be checking with the integers, not these strings.
Alright.
Any doubts on the script? Set on this disk size. So one way of executing this script every time is you can always keep it in the bash RC. But what if you want to execute the script and check for the disk percentage usage periodically? That means every hour or even every minute or every 30 minutes or every 15 minutes, based on how important the server is. Maybe every day or weekly once. You want your script to run automatically based on your set period time. If it's every day, every week, or every alternative day, every hour, every minute, as in. So if you want to run your commands, any commands or any script, so you can always run a script by using a command, right? So if you want to run any commands periodically on your server based on a set periodic time, we have a concept called as cron job, where you set up a cron job or cron tab to run any commands on your server periodically based on a set periodic time. So a cron job annex command used for scheduling tasks to be executed periodically. Okay, just give me a second. So cron job is a Linux command used for scheduling your tasks to be executed periodically. And then as I said, a cron tab. This is a file which contains all the cron job, all the cron entries, you can say cron or cron job entries. So how can we set up this cron jobs? So what is the syntax for that? So our cron job has 6 entries that you need to enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your command. So the first star is for minutes, the second one is for hour, third is for date, fourth is for month, and the fifth is for day. So let's say if I use the star here, so there are total 6 entries that you need to define in a cron job. So the first one is for minutes, at what minute you want your script to execute, at what hour, at what date, at what month, at what date. So this is days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the what command that you want to run at this specific schedule. So for days, so Sunday is 0, 01 is Monday, 02 is Tuesday, 03 is Wednesday. Zero 05 is Friday, and 06 is Saturday. So let's say for an example, I want to execute this command on 16th of May, 16th of May on, let's say, 6 p.m. So if I want to execute a script or any command for that sake on our server on this specific time, 16th of May on 6 p.m. So today is Monday, right? So on Monday. So on Monday, 16th of May on 6 p.m. if you want to execute a particular script, then how can we write our cron job? So 6 p.m. right? So the hour is 6, but the minute hour is 00. So the hour is 6 p.m. So it's in 24-hour clock. So you need to use 6 is 18. So the date is 16th. So I'll add 16 here. The month is 5, 05, and the day is Monday, right? So Monday is 01. And then you can write any command you want. So this command will be executed on our server at 16th of May on 6 p.m. which is a Monday. So this is how you write your cron job. Any doubts here? Let's say for an example, I want to run the script on 6 a.m. every Monday. So on every Monday, so 6 a.m. if I want to execute a script. So what would be the hours here? So what should I enter?
It'll be 00 minutes and 6 hours, 06 hours.
18 hours.
Every Monday. So there is no specific date or month here. So because we want to execute on every, so we can just use star. So Monday, right? 01, and what are the commands that you want to run? So there is no specific date or day because your date or month you want to execute on every Monday. I don't care about which date or which month. So then we can use the star. So let's say I'll use 4 p.m. every Monday and Friday. Same 0, 0,
16.
16, star, star, and
Zero
then
one
0,
comma
1.
zero four.
Yes, no comma. Let's say if I want to run a command every hour, every day. So what put it there? At the starting of every hour, that command should be run. That command should be running.
So it'll be star, sorry, 00,
0, 0.
and
Star,
then
star.
star, star, star.
So at the starting of every hour will means 00, either 00 or 60, both are one and the same. So you can use 00 or 60. So at the start of every hour, so I don't care about which hour, whether it's 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., or 10 a.m. I don't care about that. It should be executed at start of every hour. So we'll use 00 and then keep on adding stars because there is no limitation for hour, date, month, or which day it is. There is no limit, so we can use the stars. So for example, every 30 minutes if you want to execute a script. So what would be the minutes here?
30.
So if I use 30, so the next time the script will execute will be on the next 30. That is, let's say the script first executes at 4:30, and then the next script, next time the command will be executing at 5:30.
Like 60
So
divided by 30, I think.
so the duration will be 30 minutes. Duration will be 60 minutes, right? But I want to execute the script every 30 minutes. So in these cases, you can use star slash 30. That means at every 30 minutes, this script will work. If you want to execute the script every 15 minutes, you can use star slash 15. If you want to execute a script every minute, then you can use star star star. If you want to execute every 10 minutes, you can use star slash 10. This way, you can schedule whatever the command or scripts that you want to execute periodically. You can keep on execute them by using this cron jobs. Any doubts here on how to write a cron job?
Aditya, so this is only for time based, is it? Like for example, now you have your bash RC executes at when you log in, and bash profile executes on a new profile. So can that be done using cron, or is there a separate command line
That
for that?
bash or the bash profile is directly there. They get automatically executed as soon as you log in to the servers, right? This cron tab is for specific commands, or if you want to execute your bash RC every minute, then also you can set up your cron tab. So you know how the command to execute your bash RC exec bash. You set up that command inside your cron tab, then it will execute. If you want to execute your bash RC every minute.
Not that, Aditya, actually. So now, like your bash RC executes when you log in. Can we do the same thing using cron tab? That is, can I set up so that instead of time, the command executes when I log in? Or is there a
Command
different command line for it if not cron?
when you log in, if you want to execute, there is no. If for cron tab, there is not there. The cron tab is for time specific. You need to schedule your cron job when you want to execute that particular script.
Right. And also, we had an activity to find out some daemons for Linux. So there I saw there were like 2 or 3 daemons for cron itself. So is it required to run those daemons, or can it'll work without doing that itself?
In the backend, this cron they will be running. So you just need to set up the cron tab. That's it. This cron tab file you need to edit. That's it. Everything will be taken care.
All right. Thank you.
In a day, we are checking Monday and Friday, so 1 and 5. If you want to check Monday to Friday, we can use hyphen.
I think it would work. If not, you even have to write comma 2, 3, 4, 5. It should work. Hyphen should work. Yeah.
Same as date, we can use day also. I mean date also. If I want to use on 2 days, 2 dates, different dates.
Oh yeah, you can use comma. You can use.
Okay.
So this is a count which is a basic one. So there are more advanced one where you can set the year as well. So the count that gets automatically installed is a basic one which only takes care about day. So for there are advanced contacts where you will have 7 entries where you can also enter the year as well. So if you want to only execute that particular script in this year, you can also set that as well. More advanced contacts.
Aditya, for every hour you have set 00 and remaining all star, right?
Yeah.
There, I think you have to give 1 in hour and 00 in minute. Then it will work. Because if it is 00, then how can it will work on every hour?
So let's say if I give just let's say if I give 00 and you're saying I have to give 01, right?
Yeah.
If I give this 00 and 01, it will only be executing the command at 1 a.m. If I give maybe 16 here, this will only be executing that particular script at 4 p.m. So if I mention the hour here, it will only execute that particular hour, whatever. Let's say if you enter 1, it will be executing at 1 a.m. If you enter 3, only at 2 a.m. If I use star, so whatever may be the hour, every hour at 00 minutes, it will execute that particular script.
Okay.
So 20th Feb. If you want to execute, so what is your contact?
00
00
14
0014
20
2
00
14 50
02
20 date
02.
is 20th is the first you need to enter the date, then month 02.
Okay.
02
06.
06
So let's say 4 p.m. on every Wednesday. What's the cron job?
00 16
star 03.
03
star.
If you want to execute your script every minute, then you can use all the stars and then it will execute every minute. Or you can also use /1, that will also work, but still, as if you want to execute the script every minute, you can use the stars. Any doubts on how to write a
Yeah,
cron job?
Aditya.
Yeah.
Aditya, I have a doubt. This cron job will work in the background or like when I will
In the
log into the
background.
server?
In the background, it
Once
will
we
be
set
always,
this cron job.
yeah, it will be running in the background.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So if you want to edit the cron tab file to add any of your cron jobs, then you need to use the cron tab -e to edit the cron tab file. And if you want to list all the cron tabs that are existing in your file, then you can use cron tab -l to list the existing cron tabs.
Aditya,
yeah, tell me.
So in the minute, if you don't give the slash, what will happen? Won't it do for every 15 minutes?
If you just use 15, so for an example, so if you use 15 and then star, so this script will execute at 115.
Only 15th minute. Okay.
215, 315, 415. At 15th minute of every hour. So the duration between these is, yeah, so it will be 60 minutes. The script will execute at every 60 minutes.
So if we give slash, it will then take it as
every 15 minutes the script will execute. So at the time that script executes, first time the script executes, and then after that, every 15 minutes the script will be keep on executing. If you use /15.
Okay.
And can we use the same slash for hour also if you want? Yeah, you can always use. If you want to use every 2 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours, you can always use. You can always use slash for every, not every star, every entry here, minute, hour, day, month, day, you can use that slash. Okay. Yeah. So I'll write a script example where vi cron.sh. This will do nothing, just so what the script will do is it will just run the date command, which gives me the time and the date, and then it will store the date to this particular file cron check. So if I save this file, so this cron.sh, when I execute the script cron.sh, it will create a file by the name cron check, cat cron check. If you check, it will just give me the time, date and time. So if I execute the script again, if I cat, so it will give a new entry by that exact time when that script is executing. So the When I first executed the script, the time was, so it's based on Singapore time zone, if I'm not wrong. So it may be some other time zone. So we can edit the specific time zones, with specific commands. But this is the time zone that was set to this server. So May 16th at 3 a.m. 3:10 26 seconds. So when I second executed the script, the time was 3:10 at 39 seconds. So now once if I exit again, you can see here, I executed this particular script at 3:11 at 11 seconds. So this script will only get me the time, and it will whatever the date and time. So it will save the date and time to this cron check file. Any doubts on the script? So if you want to check all the cron tab entries in your server, you can use cron tab -l. So there are no cron tabs for EC2-user. So right now the cron tab file is empty. If you want to edit, you can use cron tab -e to get into the cron tab file. You can see here, this is the file name, and so I want to execute it every minute so that I can show you whether the cron tab is working or not. So I will execute, and then I will write the command sh/home /EC2-user on.sh. So I want to execute this script for this particular script every minute. So if I save this file, if I cat and then cron check, so there are only 3 entries here. Now if I check back after 1 minute, you will see that there will be a 4th entry because the cron tab that we have entered, cron tab -l to list. So this cron tab will execute every minute. So what are the commands? So this is the command I'm executing here. So the command is nothing but I'm executing this shell script cron.sh, which will add the current date and time to this cron check file. So after every minute, this cron check file will be keep on updating because I've set the cron job as to execute that particular command every minute. If I use cat cron check, you can see here. So at 3:13:02, there was a new entry. So if I check back after 1 more minute, there will be 5th entry. So it will keep on updating the file every minute. So this way you can set up your cron tabs where whatever the command or whatever the script that you want to execute, and periodically, so you can set up this cron jobs and they will execute those scripts or commands for that sake periodically. So in this example, I can always set up this script to execute periodically. Maybe after that, so there is a mail command, so which I'll explain next. So I can set up a mail command where if the disk size is full, just mail me that okay, your disk size is full. Please attach a new disk or clear the disk. So I can set up a mail command so that maybe every hour or every day this script will run. And if the size crosses the 80% threshold, then I'll get a mail. In that manner, I can, whatever the script of this one, I can set it up as to execute periodically. Any doubts here? Now if I check cat cron check, you can see here there is one more entry after 1 minute. So if I leave it for 1 more minute, then it will be an added another entry. Any doubt?
The script which you are added has nothing, so it is only entering the time. If you add a script with content, it will execute that script every time.
Whatever the content of your script, that will be executed at that particular periodically, that particular time. So this is just for an example so that you can see whether the cron tab is working or not. I've used this script, but whatever the script may be, the cron tab will not look for what is inside the script. It will just execute the command that you have set here. It does not care what is the command.
Can you give example with the script?
Go and try today.
Okay.
Go and try with the changing the file extensions every hour, and let's see every minute, and then you see whether it's changing the file extensions or not. So wherever the script is, you need to give the total path. So if I use cron tab, so wherever your script is there, you need to give the total path here, total path of your script. So my script is in /home/easy to user, it is in cron.sh. So if your script is in some other folder, you need to give the total path of that script.
Aditya, we can execute command also, right? Like
yeah, you can execute
sudo
it.
ls.
Yeah, you can execute the command like rm command. If you want to delete all the files, that particular files every hour in that particular folder, you can always do that as well.
Thank you.
These many inputs have been done. So at every minute you can see 13, 14, 15, 16. Every minute the script is executing. Any other doubts on cron tab?
Can we pause it cron tab, like cron tab work? Can we pause the cron tab work?
You can delete the cron tab. You can just remove that line, then the cron tab will be removed.
Can we also comment it, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can also maybe comment by using the hash. You can just add hash and then you can comment out if you want to just pause, or if you want to remove, you can directly remove that particular line and then that cron tab will be removed. But these many entries are there. So if I use vi, sorry, not vi, cron tab -e. So if I just remove this and save, then next if I use cron tab -l, so there won't be any entries here. So it's an empty cron tab. And from now onwards, there won't be new entries to this particular file. Any doubts?
This result we always need to redirect to some other file and we can check, or in the terminal also we can directly get it. So okay. I mean the date we checking for every minute, right? So if we don't give any file to save this result, it will come to directly here in terminal for every minute.
It will not come to the terminal. It will be just on the back end.
So every time we want the result, we need to save in file and we can check it.
Yeah. If it is a command, so whatever the command you are executing, the command will be running in the background. So you will not be seeing the output.
Yeah, I just write down only date, so it will be run command as a date.
On the back end.
Okay.
So I was explaining the mail command, right? So you can always use the mail command to send mails from your Linux server. So for that, you need to set up a lot of configurations like SMTP servers and configurations and everything. So I'll only explain the mail command, how the mail command, how you can use the mail command to send a mail. So if you want to do all the configurations, I'll send you an article or a YouTube video on how to set up your mail, how to configure your mail command on your server. If you want, you can check that, but it's not required. The only thing that is required is how to use the mail command. So there are different mail packages that you can install. So one is sendmail, postfix. So each has their own advantages and disadvantages. And then mailx. So if you want to install the basic one, so mailx is a basic one. You can install always install sudo m install mailx. It will install this. The sendmail and postfix has few other advanced options. If you want that, you can use this as well. So these are all email packages that you can install on your Linux server. And if you want to send a mail after you configure everything, so by just installing the mailx command, you will not be able to send the mail because The mail command has to know from which email you are sending, and the whether it's a Gmail, whether it's a Hotmail, it's a Outlook, or Yahoo. So it has to know the configuration and everything. So you need to set up the configuration at some particular file. Then only these commands can work properly. So once you set up all the configurations, if you want to send up email, then there are two ways of sending that. So either one, you can set echo content and then pipe it to mail. So if you have installed mailx, the mail is the command. Postfix, so there will be separate commands for postfix and send mail. So if you install mailx, the mail is the command. So if you want to include a subject, then you can use -s subject. Then if you want to include cc, the copy, then you can use -c. This is for. And if you want to include BCC, then you can also use -b. And then you can add the email ID on who you want to send. So this is one way of sending, where you write the content or the body of your mail using the echo command. So if you don't want to use the echo command and you want, let's say this is a huge content, you can save that content in a particular file, and then you can attach that file as well by using this. So mail a subject, email ID, then you can attach that what are the content by using this file name. And if you want to attach any files as an attachment inside, this is for body of the file. So this syntax is for the body of a file. So if you want to attach a file inside your mail, then you can always use -a attach. Use this to attach any files inside your mail. And this is for the body of your mail. If you want to take it from a file, then you can use this syntax. So just an echo command, it's good for one or two lines. You can write the echo command. But if it's a huge content body of your, if your body of your mail is huge, then you can always save that total thing in a file, and then you can attach using this syntax. Any doubts here?
Yes, Aditya. For echo command, earlier we have used dollar, and within the brackets we have used the command, right? Here, no need like that.
This is just for content. This is for, I am not, okay. So I'm piping it here, right? I'm not using any command here. So this way here, you will enter all this. Hi, how are you? What are the content of your mail? You will enter here. So this is just for text. Then I'm piping it to this mail command.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Any other doubts on mail command? So I'll just explain the for loop syntax, and then I will discuss more about the for loop scripts, and then it's only a for loop functions, and then case. Only three concepts left in shell script. Tomorrow we'll finish up the shell script, and then maybe after 1 or 2 days, Deepthi will start GitHub. So till now we've been using the while loops to execute a set of statements until the condition is true, right? So we set up a condition and we set up the statements, and until this condition is true, the while loop will keep on executing what are the statements that you have set up inside the loop. What if you want to execute a set of statements for a range of values? Let's say for I equals to 0 to I equals to 11, I equals to 10. So I want to execute the script, I want to execute the statements 10 times. I want to execute the statements 5 times for a range of values, maybe 1 to 100, 1 to 5. So the while loop will not be able to do that. You can always set up a condition, and then you can keep on incrementing the I value. But if you want to have more options, and if you want to execute a set of statements for a particular number of times or a particular range of values, then we can use these for statements. So the syntax for loop. So if you want to go for the syntax, so for I in variable 1, variable 2. So I'll explain what is this variable 1, variable 2, and why we can set up a range of values. So do statements. So what this will do is the I value during the first iteration, the I value will become variable 1. During the second iteration, the I value will become variable 2. During the third iteration, the I value will become variable 3, and so on. So if you have 100 variables, the I value will keep on. So for each loop, the I value will be taking variable 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if you want to take it for a range of values, you can also use for I in, say you want to go for your I value from 0 to 10, you can use 0.10. So here the I will go from 0 to 10. If you want to go it for, let's say, with 2 increments, you can also do that using for I in 0. We'll go for 50 dot. I will go from 0 to 50 with increments of 2. That means first it will be 0, then 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10 in this manner. For I in, so was the special variable to get all the arguments passed to the script?
Hash.
$hash.
$hash. What is the $hash?
Total number of arguments passed to this.
Total number of arguments, but I'm not asking for the total number of arguments. I'm asking
dollar star.
$star will give me all the arguments passed to $@ or $star. Both will work. So this will give me all the arguments passed to the script. So when I use for I in $star, so I will go from, I will take all the arguments to the script. So to give an example, let's say I want to find the sum of all the numbers if I pass sh, maybe sum dot sh, I'll pass 2, 3, 8, 10, and then 7. So I should be getting the sum as 20. Not 20, 30. I should be getting the sum as 30. So what are the number of arguments you pass? So you can pass 10 arguments, you can pass 100 arguments. So what are the number of arguments you pass, the numbers? So I should be getting the sum of all the numbers. So in this example, I can directly use /bin/bash. So I'll initialize the sum value is 0 initially, and then I'll go for I in $star to sum equals to expr $sum plus $I. echo the total sum of numbers is $sum. So what this will exactly do is, so during the first iteration, the sum equals to 0, sum equals to 0. The I value will pick up what are the first argument that we pass to the script. So the first argument that we pass to the script is 2. So inside this, it will go inside the for loop. It will go sum equals to 0 plus 2 equals to 2. And during the second iteration, sum value is 2, then the I value. So during the second iteration, it will pick up the second argument. So the 3 value. Sum equals to 2 plus 3 equals to 5. So on. So the I value will keep on going through all the arguments that we pass to the script in the order ascending. So in the order, so it will go for $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, and so on. So whatever the value, how many number of arguments that you pass to the script, it will pick up all the values here. So copy the script. Okay. Sum.sh, sum.sh, and if you pass, let's say 1, 2, 3, the total sum of numbers is 15. 5 into 6, 30 by 2, 15. So if I pass, let's say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you'll be getting 55. So whatever the number you pass, so it will be giving the total sum of all the numbers that you pass. So any number of arguments does not matter. It will pick up all the arguments that you pass to the script, and it will give you the sum. Any doubts here? So I'll explain more about the for loop tomorrow as well. So this is just a basic example. Any doubts?
Aditya,
yeah.
In the first syntax of for loop, for I in 0 colon colon 10, it is there, no? If you don't give the third argument, by default it will increment once.
It will increment by 1.
Once, okay.
It will go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you give this 2, it will increments of 2. If you give 3, it will be increments of.
Okay. Thank you.
Aditya, here now suppose you read a variable in. So how would you write that? So it'll be for I in dollar with the variable name?
Let's say if it's just a single variable, then let's say if you have used in dollar, you can also use $var. If it is a single variable, let's say if there is a variable by the name text and you have multiple entries here, ABC, DF, GHI. So if you use for I in $text, right? So this I value will pick up first ABC, then it will pick up DF, then it will pick up GHI.
Okay, so automatically the delimiter, they have a delimiter inbuilt which is space.
Yeah, it will pick up that.